Welcome back to another story from the family records. Before we tell today's story, make sure to like the video if you enjoy it and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We tell the stories of the records in my family collection every week. Ring the bell so you never miss the needle drop. Today's album tells a story of trying to preserve memories, both by saving the documentation of the old ones and by living presently as much as possible to fully experience the new ones as they're created. It's about putting your family over yourself and how people react to that decision when they feel like they have some ownership over you as a public figure. Let's drop the needle on. John Lennon, Shaved Fish. In February of 1975, John Lennon released Rock and Roll, an album of classic rock covers inspired by a trend in the world of television and movies. Nostalgia. Following Rock and Roll, Lennon had planned to do an album of all new material. However, his wife Yoko Ono became pregnant, and so Lennon decided to reissue songs from his solo career as an album. It included many of his most popular song recordings in their original 45 RPM form. 5 of the songs had not previously been issued on an album: Cold Turkey, Instant Karma, Power to the People, Give Peace a Chance, and the holiday single Happy Xmas, War is Over. The 45 RPM format may stick out a little bit, and there's a reason. You see, when Lennon went to go look for the masters to his singles at the record label, they were nowhere to be found. What I found out was, when I went to look for the Cold Turkey master tapes, nobody knew where they were. I had to use dubs of Power to the People because the tapes were gone. Nobody could give a damn at the record companies because they weren't, that big. Big enough for them to be interested. I thought, if I don't put this package together, some of the work is just going to go. They will be lost forever. That was Lennon speaking about his experience trying to locate the masters for his singles. Because several of the masters were lost, 45 RPM singles were dubbed and used for the compilation. Because of this technical limitation, when the album finally released on CD 10 years later, it was a total mess that suffered from poor sound quality and had to be remastered and re-released later that same year. A conspiracy of silence speaks louder than words. That quote on the back of this album is attributed to Dr. Winston O'Boogie. And if you look that name up, you'll realize it was a pseudonym used by John Lennon. The art adorning the front and the back of this album is rich, filled with hidden messages and subtle meaning. I've seen references to a hidden walrus, alluding to the Beatles song, I Am the Walrus, as well as a message for Sean, for Lennon's son, who was born weeks before the album released and was, as mentioned before, the cause of its creation. I have been unable to find either of these Easter eggs, but maybe you know where they are? Leave me a comment if you have found those details, or if you can tell me some other hidden meanings in this album. A more apparent message appears on the section of the cover for the song Power to the People. It's a script telling about the people of the United States giving John Lennon a green card so he could stay in their country to advance the causes of international artistry and human relations. Lennon had been in a battle with immigration authorities who refused to grant him permanent residency and actually spent 4 years trying to deport him because of his anti-war sentiment. He would get his green card a year later. Shaved Fish, released in October 1975, peaking at number 8 on the UK charts. It went gold in England and platinum in the United States. The album was critically acclaimed upon release, many reviewers praising Lennon's songwriting and commitment to peace and social justice. A Cream magazine readers' poll in 1975 included the album among the top 5 best reissues of the year, placing 4th, behind 2 Rolling Stones compilations and Bob Dylan's The Basement Tapes. Despite this praise, negative feelings surround the album. Shortly after its release, Lennon announced his decision to retire from music and focus on his family and raising his son. The announcement surprised his fans as much as his contemporaries, who were used to seeing John as a prolific and influential musician. Many fans and critics were disappointed by him leaving the music industry at the height of his fame and creative power, while others respected the decision to prioritize his family over his career. In an interview with Rolling Stone in 1975, Lennon explained his decision to retire from music. "I'm just taking a break, man. I'm not saying I'm never going to make records again, but I'm just not interested in it at the moment. I want to be with my family and watch my son grow up. that's the most important thing to me right now. Despite retiring from music, Lennon remained socially and politically active through the 1970s, including advocating for peace and his involvement in the anti-nuclear movement. John Lennon would return to making music 5 years later, releasing one more album, Double Fantasy, in November of 1980. 3 weeks later, he was shot and killed. Rest in peace. And thank you for this fantastic compilation. I'm starting to work on the third offering from the family records, and that's going to be focusing on the stories of the songs on these albums and others. So as I was going through the track list, I found some I immediately knew I'd be making content about. I'm trying to do 1 to 3 songs per album, depending on how many good ones are there and how many good stories are there for those songs and how much information is out there, all that stuff. So of course on this album, I immediately identified Imagine. But listening to the album, there's a lot of good stuff on here. And when I was writing this part of the script, I was just about to start working on the short stories, and I listened to the track Mother for the 3rd time, and I think I'm going to do that one. Assuming there's a good story there, it sounds very sad. And look, let's just get it out of the way since I haven't talked about it yet, and it's been long enough, and you guys are smart, so I'm sure some of you have noticed, but there is a track at the end of side 1 of this album called Woman is the Name of the World. And no, I didn't actually say it, but yeah, that track is on here, and listening to it, I understand the idea of a comparison between 2 subjugated groups. And the song is still on streaming services with lots of stars between the N and the R. So anyways, I just wanted to say quickly, it's right on the cover. I'm trying not to be too explicit with it, but I also don't want to attempt to alter the original cover because a big part of the policy of this channel and all my content is authenticity. And so I try to present it to you as authentically as possible. But anyways, all that just to say thanks for making it all the way to the end of the story. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and leave your comments down below about the albums, the songs, and the creators that we discuss. I love to see the comments, and I try to respond to them as much as I can. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come join the family, and hit the bell so you never miss a record pull. Until next time, I love you, thank you, have a blessed day. I'll see you with the next record. Goodbye. And we're back with my unedited thoughts at the end here. This shirt has been going crazy all day. It just will not stay straight. It keeps popping in. So that's been something fun that I've been dealing with. Good album. Bunch of good singles on this one. A bunch of great art on the front. It really is too bad about the bad word that's on there. Yeah, it is too bad, but it's, yeah, like a lot of great art on here. I especially love this one where he's got his multiple, I'll pop up the picture of it, but he's got his multiple glasses and got his tongue out. And I also like the one where he's got a head on top of his head. Really cool designs on those. Super interesting album. And apparently one of these, I don't know which one, I couldn't figure that out, but one of these is designed by the same artist who did the cover of the Revolver album for the Beatles. So he's not officially credited on the album, but it was one of the sort of obscure facts I was able to look up. So that's super cool. And then, yeah, I mean, it's a bunch of good singles, right? So it's hard not to enjoy this album, or at least enjoy part of it, I think. But I really appreciated some of the lesser known singles that I didn't know about at all on here. Like I said, Mother I really liked. And yeah, Cold Turkey I really liked. I put both of those in the shorts. And then, yeah, you know, sort of your classic Imagine, Give Peace a Chance, Happy Christmas. But yeah, Mother and Cold Turkey, I really enjoyed both of those. And Cold Turkey was actually on the live Plastic Ono Band album that we did from their Toronto concert in 1969. And I might have a story about that in the shorts. So keep your eyes open. And yeah, so what's this new thing I'm doing? So we've got the full stories, which we're watching right now. And then we've got the music shorts, where every day, the next morning after these stories drop, the shorts drop with music selections from the album. Those two kind of go together, but they're technically like a 1A and a 1B series. So our number 2 series, or our C series, is stories about the songs on the albums, like I said. So I'm really looking forward to that. Basically, quick little shorts that are going to go up on all my social medias and on here. And essentially just, hey, in 1 minute, watch the story of this song, play you a little bit of the song, tell you a cool story about it, and then send you on your way. So I'm very hopeful for that. I think that they're going to be great. A nice new addition to the Family Records collection. And we'll see. I'm definitely working on developing some more stuff. I mean, I have some more ideas already, but I'm developing even more. I've got more stuff I want to do within this series. And as we get more and more records done, obviously, it starts to be more and more like, yeah, okay, I should start doing some of these. But this is my next one. I think this one's going to be really good. And sort of like I alluded to earlier, obviously, every time I do a record, I will take some songs off that and do the stories. But I think this could also be a good format for starting to expand into some stuff that's not in the record collection and talk about the stories to some other things. And like I said, maybe use that as a branching off point to do some of the other series I'm thinking about doing on this channel, which will all be sound related. So it's all audible, but yeah, a little bit different from what we're doing right now. And really cool. I'm really excited. And that's just the stuff for this channel. I've been dropping some content on my second channel, mostly, like I said, vlog type videos and a couple of cooking videos for now. But I'm basically just going through all my sort of backlog of footage that I have and getting all that chopped up into videos. And then once that's all done, I will then turn my attention to creating more new content. I just sort of want to get through my backlog. Honestly, it's just a data backlog basically where I have terabytes of data sitting on drives, and instead of adding more data to the pile, it would probably be smarter and more economical for me to go through that stuff, edit everything, shove it onto storage drives, and then proceed with creating new content. So that's my concept anyway. That's my plan right now. I'm going to keep working on that stuff. Lots of new things coming on this channel, on my second channel, eventually on my third channel. Yeah, check those out if you're interested. Other spaces for my second channel. You're on the first channel right now. But apart from that, thanks so much, you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. This is the 28th episode now. And basically where my head's at is I'll have this new series for a couple episodes until we get to 30, and then I should have my feet under me for that. I think I already do, but we'll see how these turn out today. So we'll have all that, and then I'm just starting to really work on like fine tuning and tweaking stuff and trying to add more things. And I'm going to start learning another program in the Adobe Suite soon to try to increase the quality of these productions. So just continually working on this, always trying to get better for you guys, always trying to just exceed myself. And it's been good. I just had my biggest video, full-length video so far for the police last week. So that's like at 350 views or something, which is great. And then obviously Tubular Bells had that 1K short last week also, I believe. So things just turning in the right direction, and I'm just going to keep putting the stuff out there and keep working on myself and tweaking my approaches to make stuff that's the most palatable for you guys. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much, my family. Love you. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. Like, comment, sub. Hey, ring the bell. If you got this far, you've probably already done that, but just in case, hit it up. Thank you. Take care. Sorry, I just wrong. Yeah, that's okay.